Transit lounge at Kessler Platform 9 smells like recycled air and floor wax. It has 17 bolted down chairs, a vending unit that dispenses something labeled nutrition bar in 4 languages, and a single tall window that looks out over the docking arms. I have been sitting in it for 2 hours waiting for my connection to Fargate Station, and Puck has been asleep since the first 20 minutes. That is not unusual. Puck sleeps the way old beagles sleep, with absolute conviction, both hind legs stretched out behind him, chin flat on the floor, one ear folded back on itself. He snores. He does not care that there are 2 armored Veth officials standing 12 feet away, or that one of them keeps looking at him, the way you look at something you are trying to decide is a threat or a piece of furniture. I am 73 years old. I have a bad knee, a wool jacket that has been patched at the left elbow twice, and a dog who is, by the Veterinary Transit Authority's own paperwork, 11 years old in human years, and therefore exempt from the kennel hold. He rides in the cabin with me. He has been doing so for 6 years, on 17 different transit routes, and the paperwork is in perfect order. I checked. The Veth official with the ridge markings, the senior one, I gather, from the way the junior steps back whenever he speaks, walks toward me. He does not walk the way humans walk. He moves like everything he passes is slightly beneath his notice. I have met this type before, not always Veth. Retired orbital corps, he says. His translator is good. The accent is flat and precise. Sector 7, classified secondary duty, 2 tours. He is reading something off a glass tablet. My transit manifest, I assume. You carry an earth animal. Beagle, I say. His name is Puck. The official looks at Puck. Puck snores once deeply, and shifts his weight so his nose is now touching my boot. The Veth Directorate, the official says, does not permit uncaged biological specimens in neutral transit zones. This is a standing protocol. You will transfer the animal to cargo hold C. I have heard this before also, not from the Veth specifically, from 3 other species on 7 other occasions. And the answer is always the same, which is to reach into my jacket pocket, produce the laminated sheet, and hand it over without a word. The official takes it. He reads it again. Therapeutic animal designation, I say helpfully. Issued under the Fargate Accord, Article 19, Paragraph 4. Exempts qualifying companion animals from hold transfer on any neutral zone transit, where the owner holds prior military service classification. The Directorate signed the accord in 2261, third signatory. The junior official steps up beside the senior and reads over his shoulder. Watch them both. Puck exhales, long and slow, and resettles his chin with a small sound like a question he has already decided not to ask. The accord, the senior official says, was understood to apply to working animals. Combat rated. Certified threat assessment, grade 3 or above. Read the paragraph again, I say. There is a pause. His eyes move across the laminate. He hands it to the junior, who reads it, and something changes in the junior's posture. The junior says something in Veth that the translator does not catch, but the tone is recognizable. It is the tone of someone telling a senior officer that they should not continue doing the thing they are currently doing. The senior official does not appear to appreciate this. An Earth Beagle, he says. And the way he says, it carries the full weight of the Directorate's 70-year negotiating history, and exactly what they think of the species, asleep on my boot. Justify a threat assessment. Grade 5, I say. Retired, same as me. There is a longer pause. His tail moves twice in his sleep. Not a full wag, just the end of the tail, a slow half curl, the way it does when he is dreaming about something small and satisfying. The junior official takes one step back. I watch him do it and say nothing. Here is the thing about beagles, that most species do no, and that the Veth in particular seem to have missed entirely when they reviewed the Deathworld assessment files. A beagle is not large. A beagle does not look like a weapon. A beagle looks like a very old, very tired loaf of bread that has somehow developed ears and a tragic expression. The Veth Directorate, which has spent 70 years, winning every negotiation it has ever entered, by reading threat indexes and adjusting accordingly, skimmed the section on scent tracking predators and the section on bite pressure and the section on endurance hunting, and landed on the photograph of an 11-year-old beagle asleep on a transit lounge floor and concluded, not a factor. The grade 5 rating is not retired in the way my knee is retired. It is retired the way a demolition charge is retired when you set it in a drawer. The capacity does not go away. You are simply not using it today. I got the rating when Puck was 3 years old and we were doing border clearance, work along the case's frontier. He tracked a concealed hostile through 4 kilometers of compressed metal corridor, entirely by scent, sat down in front of a sealed door and looked at me. That was all he did. Sat down and looked at me. The assessment team, who had been following at some distance, wrote up the report afterward, and the grade 5 was the conclusion they reached. I did not argue. The math was theirs to do. Puck is not using it today. Puck is dreaming about something. His nose twitches at a smell that is not in this room. Protocol. The senior official says again. But there is a different quality to the sentence now. It does not have the same ceiling. Paperwork is in order, I say. I've been through this lounge 4 times. It will be in order next time too. The junior official says something else in Veth. This time the translator catches it. What it catches is, Senior Envoy. The grade 5 designation carries a Directorate-recognized Apex classification under the Fargate annexes. Any interference with the registered handler constitutes. And then the senior official makes a gesture, and the translator stops. I heard the word they use for that classification. I have heard it before, in a different context, applied to a different animal, on a different platform entirely. The Veth word for it has a literal translation that comes out as something like the highest weight thing that walks. The Directorate uses it for 4 creatures in the known galaxy. 3 of them are Veth, makes a small sound, and rolls slightly to one side so that more of his body weight is now against the senior official's boot. His ear unfolds. Breathing deepens. The senior official looks down at him for a long moment, then he looks at me. I meet his eyes. I do not say anything. I do not need to. The thing about a negotiation is that it ends when one party understands the full shape of what is in the room. The Veth Directorate is very good at this, which is why they have won every negotiation for 70 years. The senior official is, by all evidence, genuinely good at his job. He is good enough, it turns out, to do the arithmetic. He nods once. He takes the laminate back from the junior and returns it to me. He says, in a voice that is entirely level, "We will note the Article 19 exemption in the transit record." "Thank you," I say. He turns. The junior follows 2 steps behind, and I notice the junior gives Puck's sleeping form a wide half circle, staying well to the left of the bag I have set against the chair leg. I watch them go. Puck's tail moves again. He makes a sound in his throat, not a growl, nothing like a growl, the low, tented grumble of an animal that has found the correct temperature and intends to maintain it. I put my hand on his back and he sighs, all the way down to his feet. Somewhere outside the window, the docking arm extends for the next transit shuttle. The vending unit behind me offers something in 4 languages. The lounge hums with recycled air. The Veth Directorate had never lost a negotiation. I did not say they lost this one. I am not sure what you call it when a man reads paperwork correctly and 2 officials quietly update their threat, models, and everybody goes home. I do not think there is a word for it in standard. In Veth, I believe the word is something like, the day we met the other thing that walks. Puck does not know any of this. Puck is still asleep. Good.